Game Over 86 coming back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how Anthem is only going to be running at 4K 30 frames a second. But that's not only the biggest problem that a lot of people that don't own an Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro have to worry about. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. So as you guys can know, Anthem, PS4 Pro, and Xbox One X frame rate will not be 60 frames, okay? A lot of you guys were thinking, man, this is going to be a big game. I was anticipating this game. I was thinking, man, BioWare may step their game up. They got EA still backing them, which has money, even though EA sucks, in my opinion. But let me just read some stuff of what we all need to know and what we know so far. If you were expecting the Anthem frame rate on the PS4 and the Xbox One to be 60 frames, think again. BioWare's upcoming shared world shooter won't be 60 frames on the Pro or the X. Lead producer Mark Gable confirmed that the game's frame rate even at 1080p won't be 60 frames. And to me, that's the biggest deal when it comes to a third-person, first-person, or a fighting game. It has to be at least 1080p 60 frames, or at least 60 frames no matter what. I mean, Switch does 900p 60 frames, that's okay. Sometimes they don't. So when I seen this, the studio may decide to include it as an option later. That's just frustrating that they get to decide if they're going to include it as an option later. Because in my opinion, we're the ones buying your game, and we're paying for our console already, and we're paying for the internet, and we're paying for your service to play the game. For console gamers, PC don't really have to worry about any of that. This ain't towards PC. The people that are going to buy it on PC, you can play it at whatever frame rate you want. This is strictly just console players, okay? So if you guys own a PC, you guys don't have to sit and listen. You can, but these are for console gamers. This is what console gamers are going to have to worry about. So if you, they also stated that their major focus was on Anthem's graphics rather than its performance, and Gamble confirmed that it would run at 30 frames at 4K resolution. Furthermore, he stated that the upcoming demo download size is around 30 gig, dubbed as the Anthem VIP. To me, that don't seem like a VIP, very important person. Yeah, we don't seem like very important consumers, do we? They can't even make a game in 2019 at 1080p 60 frames. Its starts date is January 25th and on January 27th. He said, no, we've prioritized visuals, he said to somebody asking if the game was at 1080p 60 frames. He said, we can look at prioritizing frame rate maybe as a future thing. As for Anthem running at 30 frames, he said, yes, obviously I already said that. He said this could imply... He didn't say, excuse me. This can apply regardless of the console resolution. Anthem will run at 30 frames, possibly including the base PS4 and Xbox One as well. And then it says, you know, considering how kneecapped the specifications, the likes of the Xbox One is, which the Xbox One original VCR, overpriced with the Kinect console, was underperformed. It was garbage for $500. PS4 base console was a little bit better. Excuse me why I yawn. I apologize. But the PS4 was a little bit better, but we all know how that turned out. Previously, Gamble confirmed that Anthem won't have loot boxes, guys. So, when I see this and I see how they're doing all this stuff, to me it seems like EA's rushing them. The way Battlefield 5 turned out, they haven't really did a whole lot. Now, I have heard from people that have played the alpha that the game is good. It will be really good. But now that I know that it's not even going to run at 60 frames, I was thinking this game was like a more expensive Destiny. And it does kind of have some Destiny parts to it, in my opinion. One looks like Titan in my eyes. But when I seen this game, and I feel bad because I was going to get it on my console at first, because I got buddies that were wanting to play with it, especially on the Xbox. I got a lot of buddies there, and I got a lot of buddies on PS4 Pro, but particularly my family and my brother-in-law and stuff like that are on the X. He still hasn't converted, guys, to the PS4 Pro. I know. And he's shameless. I know. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I was going to play with them, and now I know that it's going to run on 30 frames. I'm like, and even 1080p, and it's like, damn, they built this game for the base models. They didn't even build it for a Pro or the X. That tells me that, too, so they didn't want to put the time and effort in that. That's why they say later on in an option, they'll probably put 60 frames in, and that's kind of a bummer because that's kind of a turning point for a lot of people. They bought the X and the Pro to have better performance, to play these games at 1080p 60 frames at least, or 4K 60 or 4K 30 at least. So the people that have the base models are going to be running 1080p 2019 at 30 frames. That is ridiculous. That is a slap in anybody's face that didn't pay for the X or the Pro. And it just goes to show you that the Pro and the X don't really matter to these big time publishers or developers because they choose. And I said this last year, that they can choose what they develop it for. You can have a 6 teraflop, which most of the propaganda bullshit channels out there, and you know who you are, don't even know what a T-flop does. You can have the most powerful console. But if the developers don't choose to develop and itemize, really put their time and effort into really making this game what it is or what it could be, you're going to just have Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2. I mean, honestly. I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, on the X. I mean, Forza 4, by the way, Forza Horizon 4, on the X, shocker, if nobody knew, runs at 30 frames at 4K. On the PC version of it, though, it runs at 60 frames, or whatever your PC can handle. Wow. That's what I'm saying. That's what's frustrating. For PC players, they're probably just laughing at this right now. They're like, ha, that's why we left console. Because not only do we get to buy that game for probably cheaper off Steam in like 2 weeks or a month anyway than you will, they will get to play on whatever frame rate they want. They don't have to pay a service to play that game on whatever they want. And they don't have to worry about all the bullshit like most console gamers have to sit around and worry about. So, I pass this off to you guys. What do you guys think about Anthem, man? Do you guys think it's a joke that they can't even give you 1080p at 60 frames a second? Because that was the whole reason from the PS3 and the Xbox 360 was to pretty much bring every game at that time for the base model to be 1080p 60. That was the main thing of what PS4 was doing. And when they base models dropped, yeah, there were some games on there that ran like shit, and there were some games that looked beautiful. And has 2018 been awesome for what games can really look like when they're upscaled to 4K? Single-player, story-driven games, I get it, man. 4K 30, that's fine. I don't mind. But when you're going with the third-person shooter and you're going to have a bunch of other people running around in this type of environment and world, it's not always about the graphics. It's about, with all that other shit going on, it's about performance. You want it to perform well so it will run well and also look well. That is why I state if you don't want to run it at 4K for the people that paid for the X and the PS4, you should have that choice to drop it to 1080p 60. And they give you that option in like Tomb Raider, the one that I just did a review on. They do that with other games. But EA being EA and BioWare being probably rushed like they were with Mass Effect Andromeda, they probably got rushed. They don't have time to put all that in, and they're trying to push a game out quicker, and it may turn out to be a joke, and it may not be. Anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you guys on the next video. I love you very much, and if you're new to this video and haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell to be notified of all upcoming content. As well, guys, hit the like. And if you didn't like the video, hit the dislike as well. Leave me a comment down below and share this video if you will. It helps me grow, and I appreciate you guys very much. I love you all. Stay safe. Do a good deed. Take care of one another, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, guys.